4-digit number up on the screen here. Let me hit this other fan without knocking all this stuff over. All right. So check that out. 1024. Now, before we keep going, see this little spike up at the end? That's where that 1024 is. So I got to bring the cursor up and we'll find the actual peak. Still over 1,000. Okay, so 1010. So you can see this little number where this cursor is intersecting the actual dyno curve. That's and these little numbers will show the actual power at where that cursor intersects. So you can see that spike at the end. That's what this 1024 is. Torque obviously is 895, but this cursor is actually reading that. Looks about the peak right there. So, but still, we still saw over 1,000. That's what we set out to do with this thing. Again, this is pushing stuff kind of past our comfort zone, but this is Stefano's car, the owner, and he's like, hey, let's see if we can hit a 4-digit number with my car. We had bought some 98 ethanol that I blended up to an 80% blend that's in the tank right now, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, again, this is a stock short block, stock trans, stock torque converter. Whole drivetrain is stock. We just got our top end kit on it. Again, I've done a couple videos on this car. You guys have seen it on the dyno. It's basically our stage 2 6th gen ZL1 package with our ported heads, 2650 5-inch intake. This has the 112 throttle body, 2 high PSI port system, and 2-inch headers, 3-inch exhaust, American Racing. Yeah, so it's got 2 high PSI lid on it. Again, I've done a couple videos on this car. This car we've been using kind of as our test mule, stage 1 cam, our stage 1 LT4 cam. So there's still just the small cam because we got the stock torque converter. So, so yeah, you've seen some other videos. I just did a video not too long ago on a blue ZLE with a similar package. We didn't boost it this hard though. It was a customer vehicle, so we did leave it with the 825 lower. Again, this has the 87 lower with the 80 millimeter upper, and I'm seeing just about 19 pounds, just shy of 19 pounds of boost. And yeah, it's working. So again, unless we had a customer request this package with this boost level, we normally wouldn't do this unless somebody's like, no, I want the big power number. Put the bigger pulley on the bottom, put that 80 millimeter on the top, crank the blower up a little farther. Yeah, so and this is starting to get into the power where I'd really like to see a bigger camshaft in it. This camshaft is like mid 220s on the intake for duration, so it's not a huge cam. Exhaust is like mid 240s, low 240s, so it's not a big cam at all. Totally streetable. More camshaft, we'd probably build a little bit more power. Probably starting from 6,000 up if we added another 6-8 degrees on both intake and exhaust. You can see where it starts to roll over a little bit, getting near 5,800, where it starts to roll 6,000, where it starts to kind of taper off. A bigger cam would help just keep building power past 7, and we'd see a bigger peak number. But again, this is our street package. This is a drive it anywhere. We've got guys with this engine package that have driven literally to Arizona and back on vacation with a 17 ZLE or ZL1. So it's a totally streetable deal. So pretty cool to see that 4-digit number. We've been kind of hemming and hawing about doing it, and he's like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's throw that other pulley on it and crank up a couple more pounds of boost and see if we can hit a 4-digit number. So there it is. I'm going to call it 1010, 1010 at the wheels, not 1024. Again, that 1024 is reading that little spike. Sometimes there's a phenomenon with the dyno when if I hit the brake and I'm letting off right at the same time, for some reason, something catches that little spike, and I get that every once in a while. But yeah, I saw that right away, and I was like, all right, I'll bring the cursor up and we'll take a look at the actual. So the blue run is what this car made before on the 8.25 80 millimeter combination for the pulley, and that was about 17 pounds of boost. That's what it made before. I did a video on that. That's a few videos back. We go back through my channel. So we were really happy with that number. Super big number. Again, this type of power level at 981, we've gone 920s with this package in another car. Actually, there's a video of that on, I believe, on my YouTube channel too, in a black ZL11LE. That similar deal, same exact package as this car, similar power, and went 928 at 151. So this being another 30 wheel, you know, we might see another 10th quicker, depending on traction and all that, you know, all that track stuff. So, but yeah, you can see how the boost, how it just pretty much is mimicking what the other curve did. It's starting to lay out again. I think that's probably in the camshaft. You just start to, you know, again, looking at the curve and then looking at the boost curve as where the boost is starting to actually just keeps climbing. I think we're just starting to run on a cam at this power level with this smaller cam. So we can take a look at the data log. I brought that up. And actually, let me stop. I got the port computer data log on that too. Let me just save that quick. So I data log, when I'm data logging these port injection setups, I got two computers running at once. I got the port controller running, and I got the let me just disconnect here so that's not trying to, okay. So here you can see this is a little bit more rudimentary than the HP tuners, but I don't need to see as much. Basically all I'm looking at is RPM, boost, mass airflow, because it's using the mass airflow frequency for fueling, and then pulse width. So like right here is mass airflow and pulse width. So you can see the secondary injectors, that's the pulse width of the secondary injectors, that orange line. So 9.9, we hit about 12, 13. So we still got quite a bit of room. We got another 5 milliseconds to go. We're using about 3/4 of those injectors, those 80 pound an hour secondary injectors, the port injectors. And then this down here is just is mass airflow and RPM. And then this green line is just like it's a counter for something. I haven't played with this too much. This is really all I'm interested in seeing on this, is just basically pulse without these injectors, so I can kind of monitor that as long as, you know, I'm getting a good clean MAF signal. The injector pulse width on the port injectors is nice, is decently smooth. That's really all I'm worried about. You know, and then again, my air fuel and the rest of the timing and everything is being logged by the HP tuner setup here. So you can see we're 23, just touching 23 degrees of timing. I feel like that's pretty aggressive. And lambda riding at 0.82, 0.83. So we are being aggressive with this. Boost was, yeah, it's about 18-ish, 18 some pounds there. Maybe not quite 19 on that pull. It's kind of warming up in here as the afternoon goes on. It was in the 50s this morning, and I've been kind of playing with this for a few hours in between doing some other stuff, and the temperature's kind of warmed up to like 75 degrees in the shop. So we lost a little boost, but we still, hey, again, we still hit that number. It's a little bit more realistic for the type of air we're going to see at the drag strip, you know, for the next, you know, couple months. So I'm super excited about this, to see that type of number, and yeah, this is looking good. I don't know that we're going to race it like this. That's up to Stefano. I know guys out there have pushed these stock LT4s like this pretty hard. A dyno pull is a dyno pull, but you're ripping down the track and it's banging through the gears and, you know, shift recovery and stuff. And I mean, this is a big torque number. We're at almost 900 foot-pounds of torque on stock rods and stock pistons. And it's making me cringe a little bit, but hey, I got to go ahead to do it. So, and we hit our goal for our number. So just thought I'd do a little quick video on this, just because we were playing around, and we wanted to do this. Racing season upon us, and we wanted to push some stuff. So we got a couple customers that might be interested. Obviously at their discretion. I'll say it that I don't have any guarantees on engine longevity at these types of power levels at the stock bottom end. So I know a lot of guys have pushed these things a little farther than this and raced them like this, but usually that ends up in, you know, a bent rod or a broken piston or something like that. So cool. Thanks for watching, guys. That'll do it for this one. And yeah, keep checking back for more videos.